Alright, welcome everyone to a new series on the channel. This is a game that I've been teasing on the channel for a couple days now, mentioning that I had something lined up to mix into our normal lineup. And this game is called Before We Leave. It's brand new on the Epic Games Store. I believe that's the only place you can get it. I think there was originally some miscommunication or some differences because it was originally on Steam, I believe, and then it was taken off because I think it got swooped up by Epic Games as they tried to expand to compete with Steam. But this game was announced several months ago. Actually, it might have even been a long time ago, maybe even 2 years, or at least 2 years since it was started. But I have been watching it a little bit. I watched the trailer for it. I watched someone else post a video on it just a couple hours ago, and it looks so cool. So there wasn't a ton of information on it other than what we got on the Epic Games Store. But basically, it is a survival game, like a survival simulation game, similar to like a Sim City scenario or like a Civilization game, but it's very peaceful. It has this unique art style, and it is on more of a grid than like your normal like free open world type game you would think with like SimCity. So basically, we have to gather some resources. We need to research technology, and there is some enemies of giant space whales. Now, I don't know too much about that yet, but that's what they've said. But for the most part, it's going to be peaceful. And that's what I kind of liked. It's relaxing. So like I said, this did just come out today. It is May the 8th of 2020, and you can pick this bad boy up for $20 over on the Epic Game Store. I think for me, I'm over in the States, it was about $22 after tax. So just keep that in mind. I did test her out. That's why we have continue here. I did turn off the music. If you go into settings, you can go through all of this. They have the SFX volume, the UI volume, and then the music. Crank that music all the way down because obviously we're recording this. And then, yeah, you have your game, you have info pins, graphics. You can go through this. It goes a lot higher than 1920 by 1080 depending on what you're running it on. I could run it higher, but realistically you guys are only going to see it in 1080 anyway, so there was no need to wear out my my PC trying to do everything. I'll just leave it at 1080. It looks great. The graphics are very unique anyway, and then I think it pretty much, I don't know if it defaults based on your computer, but for me this is what it all defaulted to. I did turn on VSync because I wanted to obviously try to match frame rate and not go too crazy, so we get a good recording here. And then they have keys for different things, and I didn't mess with this just yet because I'm not used to the controls yet. So we're just going to leave it as is. I'm going to hit new game, and when you log in, it will show tutorial, new game, and then maybe a few other options as well. And I originally went into tutorial just to check things out, and that's where we're going to start. So if you start in a new game, it does not give you a lot of the backstory, and it does not give you a lot of the tips that the tutorial does. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to hit new game here. But yeah, this game looks super cool, super laid back. It reminds me, again, a lot of SimCity, which I love to play back in the day. It does remind me a little bit of Minecraft in the sense of it just being more calming and just fun. It's just relaxing. So, basic controls. It's finally time. After so long, your peeps have emerged from their underground shelter and are on the surface again. Hold down the right mouse button to move around your new home and zoom in and out with the middle mouse button. Pretty straightforward. You can also use WASD if you don't want to right click and move. But if I right click my mouse button, I can just easily, move all over the place. It's really cool. As you can see, we have those like, what are those, hexagon patterns going on here? And then we can use the mouse button to zoom in. So our first thing is establishing a village. So let's get your peeps settled by building some roads and huts. All buildings must be placed next to an existing road. Once you're done with building, you can right click to cancel the building you have selected. So pretty straightforward. A lot of wording. Gives us our tasks right here at the top. So construct 3 huts and then construct a short road. So if we come down here, we have a couple different tabs that you can see. You have your escape, which is your typical get to menu, change settings, etc., saving game. There is an autosave feature. I think you might have noticed it in the settings. You go into settings, autosave frequency, 30 minutes. You can set it to more frequent, or you can turn it off if you want it to be. It's default at 30 minutes, just so you guys are aware. Then we also have our X, which is our deconstruct or our demolish buildings. This isn't just for buildings, this is for anything, it seems like. So I was able to use it on some trash or some other miscellaneous things. We also have our building roads button here. So you can click this on the screen, or you can click the corresponding letter underneath it or key. So for us, we have R for building roads, and then right down here we have houses and house and entertain peeps. So we click on this bad boy, and we have a hut. So like it said, construct 3 huts, somewhere for our peeps to live. It stores food and drink for them and refreshes themselves to refresh themselves with. Peeps that don't have a job yet or can't get enough to eat and drink will wait here. It'll show you at the bottom here the construction. So you need a little bit of wood, 2 things of wood. It's going to take 5 seconds to construct, and this is how many tiles it'll cover. So for us, this is going to cover 1 tile. I'm sure as we get a little more progression, they'll start covering more and more tiles. So we're going to click on this, and it's going to bring up a little hut for us. Now, like it said, it has to be connected to a road, and for us, this is the only road we have constructed thus far. So we're going to stick with that for the time being, and I'm going to put our huts probably right here. And as you can see, you can make it directional wherever you want it to face, as long as it is facing a tile with a road on it. Now, as you can see, I can't have it facing outward because there's no road out this way. So we'll place 1 here, we'll place 1 here, and 1 right there. That's our 3 huts. They'll get building on it. Won't take too much time. Our next task is going to be a road. Now, if we zoom out here with our scroll wheel, we can get a good understanding of what we have to work with thus far. So realistically, we're probably going to want to start going this way, because we can't obviously head this way out into the water. This is all water out here. I'm sure we're going to need to tap into this resource at some point in time, but for the time being, we don't need to do that. So let's actually get a road constructed, maybe like heading that way. So all you got to do, we are on the road. You can see it turns to orange. We're going to hit here. We're going to hit here, here, and that's all we needed to get the short road going. So great. While the shelter slowly produces food and water, you'll need more and fast, which makes sense. So we're going to want to construct 2 potato fields and a well. So obviously potato for actual food and the well for water. And it's pretty cool. This is actually very reminiscent of a Fallout idea where they were in this shelter and now they can come in and out of this shelter. It's pretty cool. Now we have a new tab down here for fields and wells. So here's our potato field. It's actually interesting. It shows some bonuses you get from it, but possible what will affect it wrong. So these will help it. So if you're next to a field, bonuses from being next to fields. 1 nearby field equals +2 potato storage. Bonuses from being next to an accommodation, so like a hut, will speed up production by 10%. Interesting. If you're nearby a well, it'll speed up production by 10% as well. If there's pollution, it will slow your production. So you got to be careful. There is pollution in this game. And then it requires the island to have potato fertility. So there are different planets from my understanding. And you can start, if you're starting a new game, you can actually select a different seed and the amount of planets that you want to have. So I'm guessing there's going to be some interplanetary space exploration, which is kind of cool. So it takes 2 wood, 5 seconds, and it's going to cover 1 tile, and it can be entered from any direction, which is kind of cool. So let's get this potato farm going. I think it would be best if we probably maybe like right over here would be the best. So let's stick a potato farm here. And we needed 2, so we'll get 2 of them there. Let's jump over to our well. And then, was there any information for this? Yeah, so you don't want these to be next to accommodation. So you actually want this to be kind of far away, which is kind of ironic because it said you get a bonus for potato farming if you have one of these close by. But you also get a bonus for potato farming if it's close to accommodations, but you don't want the well to be close to accommodations. So that's kind of interesting. And I don't know what the definition of nearby is. It doesn't really give us that. So you don't want to be by a cow farm or a sheep farm. We'll want to keep that in mind. And then the whole pollution thing. So let's click on this bad boy. And maybe we'll try to stick this farther away. What is this right here? A ruined generator. Okay, so that's going to be useful. Unfortunately, it's not. Our houses aren't very close to that. But we'll want to keep that in mind. It does. Ooh, okay. So the purple isn't the range of the power. The purple is the range of the pollution. So we're definitely going to want to keep that in mind as we are doing things. It's actually probably good that we kept far away from this. So we'll probably want to put the well maybe over in this direction. Maybe we'll actually want to get a road going here so we can utilize some of these bad boys out here. So let's get a road going out this way. And then let's get our well up and running. And maybe we will stick it somewhere out here. Let's actually destroy this. Let me zoom in so you guys can see what's going on. So this lady is going to tear this down for us, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stick our well right in that spot. I think that'll be very good for us. Well, it's actually kind of interesting that you can stick it on a place that already has a road. Maybe we'll do this instead. Or do we want it sideways? Let's stick it here. We can always move stuff. That's perfectly fine. Let's get that out of the way, and that'll be our well. So now if we come this way, we can move around. The only thing I'm not super aware of... Ooh, what is this? A resource cache. Interesting. What is this? Storage. Building active. Maybe that's just for our building. So now we need to build a woodcutter to get materials for your buildings. Alright, so we'll want to place this near trees. So, realistically, we're going to want this to be out here. So let's get a little bit more of a road going out here. Like so, because there's plenty of trees out here. We'll kind of have it veer like a little circle for the time being, but I think we'll actually have it go that way. I'm guessing we can eventually change those. We can demolish them. So for the woodcutter, we want to chop down trees to produce wood. Makes sense? Peeps working here are less affected by movement penalties. Okay, I wanted to read more on it. Does it pop up on the side there? Yeah, it does. Cool. So if there is 3 nearby forests, which we definitely have that, we'll get +4 wood storage, which is actually pretty good. It does take 10 seconds to do. And it says it requires a tool. Well, we'll put it right here. It doesn't have any penalties about, you know, it being close to them. I'm guessing, though, that if it were close to this, that we would be able to, they'd be able to produce faster, because obviously they have to travel down this long road to get there. Really, it probably would have been better if we shifted the road to kind of go like this way. Yeah. Anywho, now that your village is set up, it's time to think about a bigger goal, exploring the world on a ship. We're going to need some stone for that. Okay. Use the demolish tool to cut down trees and access the stone beneath them. Select the demolish tool and click the trees you want to remove. Demolishing forests is hard work, so you'll have to wait while your peeps get the job done. Okay, so there is going to be some waiting. And I think from demolishing forests, you get 1 stone from them. So, but as you can see, we have all this stuff out here too. Remnants of the Ancients are what these bad boys are. So again, very like post-apocalyptic, you know, start to this. That's where you're starting off. You're coming out of a vault after something bad has happened, and you're trying to just get everything back up and running from a very primitive state. We did get our first wood, which is awesome. We also have this whole tab up here now. So it shows Island 1. Once we have more islands, it'll show them in here, I believe. So maybe there are more islands on this planet itself. I thought there was more planets, or maybe it's just that there are more islands. I could be mistaken. So we do have some info on our peeps as well, which is pretty cool, showing them what they're doing. A lot of them are sleeping because it is night. We do have 2 woodcutters, though, who are out doing that. This will show us our buildings, and then if we want to increase priority on them, and I think it also shows... Yes, it shows the people in the different huts right now. We actually might need another shelter for the amount of people we have. I don't know how many can go in each, but we have 3... 6, 9, we have 10 people. I don't know if it's only 3 per hut. But yeah, this even shows more, which is cool. We have our water, I believe. Water, food, wood. I don't know. What is this one? Don't know what that one is. This is stone for sure. And then technology and pollution right there. So this is actually pretty interesting. So our water we have 28 of, but we have a demand of 6. It's actually interesting. It shows in the red, but I feel like we would be pretty high, or where production is 0. Oh, okay. Why is that? Action. Contains 20 of 20, creates 1 per action. Interesting. Okay, we do need to cut down some forests here. That's concerning though. That okay, we have 4 of those, but we have 0 of water. Unless I'm guessing that they're already drinking the water. Because there's nothing that I can do with this, is there? Yeah, they're running out there. They just picked up some water. And they took it back, so we should get 1 water. 3 water. We have 3 water. Okay. Is someone coming back to this then? No? There's no one coming back to this? Maybe? Are you coming back to this? Oh, no. No. Okay. We do have water going into there. Interesting. Okay. That's quite confusing. Can I rename this island? Just out of curiosity. Oh, we can! Let's make this the start. This is where we're starting. Dope. And I'm guessing you can change it over and over again if you wanted to. Cool. Okay, someone else is going out and getting water. Cool. Alright, we need to demolish these forests. I've been saying that for like 2 minutes now. Alright, let's get this demolished on. We're going to take out these bad boys over here. And we can mark a couple at a time. So we'll mark all 3 of those. And like they said, this does take a little bit of time for them to do. I didn't even notice there's a little, like, pond here. Alright, establishing a village. You're going to need tools to build your ship, amongst other things. There's an ancient metal device nearby that, according to legend, can turn one thing into another. Perhaps it can help. Okay, so this is what we need here, which is just amazing because, of course, we built our huts there. Can we move these? Or can we only demolish them? Focus on me. What does that do? Oh, okay, it focuses down on it. I don't think, unfortunately, we can. We have to have it beside a road. Which is a big bummer. Because obviously I did not plan for a road to come this way. Let's demolish this bad boy, because unfortunately it doesn't look like you can move it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another hut going. Don't worry, guys. And we're gonna put it... No, realistically, well, no, we shouldn't put it there. Let's put it right there. So we're good with that. We have another hut going in, and then we'll want some road. Oh, and now we have pause. Okay, so cool. We can pause things if need be. You have normal speed, double speed, and then full steam ahead 4 times. So we're just going to do normal. Now, realistically, guys, this could be a big failure. I'm not going to lie. I remember when I started playing SimCity, and that was rough. I mean, I didn't 100% know what I was doing in it, and it's very easy to dig yourself into a hole if you don't know what you're doing, and basically have to start all over because you've gone down the wrong path for too long. So, what does this button do? So the action, you take wood, and then you can make it into tools. Okay, so let's hit this. Oh, no, let's hit this button, right? Okay, cool. So that guy's taking wood, right? Yeah, he took the wood over. Or he is in process of taking... Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to fill up. And I think we can also view our resources in here. Yeah. So there's our wood. There's our tools. And then there is our stone. And then I think we have to come in here to view other things as well. I feel like we should high prioritize our... Ooh, no storage space. Can we upgrade this? What is the... Oh, we don't have it. We need more technology to upgrade it. Okay. But we could get another... We could get some other farms going in here. So let's try to get another road coming this way. Oh, what? Oh, I'm not... hit the wrong button. Just like so. And then what oh, dang, that's cool. Speaking of ancient, your peeps need help relearning the ways of their ancestors to survive. Build an explorer's hut to gather items from heaps of ancient technology and build a library to help them learn and remember. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we have 2 new things here for a explorer's hut and a library. But let's get our farms going here. So we can't demolish this, which is fine. We're going to demolish this bad boy, though. And I honestly... What is this? Ancient technology. So I'm guessing we're not going to want to get rid of this right away. We're going to want to hold on to this bad boy. And you know what? It's kind of funny because I'm guessing there are probably better ways to have everything set out. But I do want to get more food going because I feel like we don't have enough food. So let me put another farm in. And maybe another well. Yeah, because now that's up great. We have plenty of that stuff. But now the demand is down. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Maybe I need to stop focusing on that. Maybe I just need to keep focusing on what is at hand. Okay. Our roads look atrocious. Oh my gosh, look at how bad these look. I feel like this is such an ineffective way to do this. You know what? Let's try to get rid of some stuff that we realistically don't need. We don't need that, and we don't need that, all right? Let's take this, and we'll put a road here to connect to this. Make sense? Yes. We can't get rid of these because, you know, logic. But, let's see. What else can we do? Anything? We realistically could probably get rid of this one, right? So we can utilize this space, and then we'll put a road in there, like so. Okay. And then these are our farms, so maybe actually we'll get rid of this one. All right, and then we will go back to the farms, get another potato farm, and we'll put it here. And then we have more space for farming if we wanted to. But we also need to get our technology going in here. Or not our technology, our Explorer's Hut and our library. So, Explorer's Hut. Finds old knowledge in piles of ancient technology. Explorers are less affected by movement penalties. Alright? So it takes 4 wood and 3 tools, which we have plenty of. And it's going to take 7 seconds to build. Okay, so that's not too bad. Now, where do we want to stick this, though? I mean, does it make sense to put it out here? There's no... Yeah, there's not, like, any ancient technology out there. Like, this is where it's at right here. You know what would be beneficial? Let's tear down this little forest here, and we'll put it right next to this bad boy. That is what we will do. That's where it's going to go. Once that is all cleared out, boom. All right, then the other thing we have is a library. So, researches new inventions from knowledge of the ancients. You may only build 1 library per island. We're going to need 4 wood, 3 tools, and then 3 stone. It definitely looks like we have all of that. So, we should be fine. So, where do we want to put this bad boy, though? I mean, maybe over here? Let's scoot our boot over here. So we have our 3 houses here. Maybe it would make sense to have our library over this way? Maybe connected into this. Connected into this. Or we could put it right here. Where do we want this? Interesting. Oh, it's just showing everywhere we can put it where there are roads. I gotcha. I mean, we could stick it here. It's not affected by pollution, so why not? That's not the right button. Hang on. Library. We'll get that built right there. It's actually kind of cool. I'm realizing now that when you click on this, it'll show you the amount that you can make based on, I'm guessing, the resources that you have. Maybe. Or no, it's just the different slots. You have 1 and 2. So if you didn't want to click through it, I'm guessing you could just hit 1. Yeah. So. Oh, and then you can hit, I gotcha. You can hit 1, 2, or 3, or 4 on the keypad to bring those bad boys up, and then hit a number again to dig deeper down. So that's pretty cool that you can, if you didn't want to use clicking, you could just easily use a keypad for it. I feel like this would be a pretty cool game to have on like the Nintendo Switch or something like that. I feel like it wouldn't be that bad to do, especially with the touchscreen. You could click through a lot of these. So we're getting our library built up here. We do have an exclamation point. Oh, we ran out of stone? But it says we have enough stone. Oh, maybe they just need to collect it. Yeah, he's bringing the stone over right now. Perfect. So that'll start building up. Perfect. All right, great. You have the foundation of a bustling village. Why don't you take a look around the island and try building more things for your peeps? Okay, so for the most part, we have gotten through a lot of the beginning things. You know, getting a village started with different huts, with some food, some water, our library, our what is this called again? The Explorer's Hut, right? Yeah, Explorer's Hut. Oh, okay. It told us to explore, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, there's more. All right, it's time to hit the books. Now that your peeps have access to the library you just built, they'll need to research how to gather stone and other minerals. They can't repair the ship without them. Okay, so learning ancient knowledge. Stone is an important resource and needs to be mined from mountains in the highlands. But first we need to reach it. Research elevators and then build one against a cliff. Don't forget to use the transmogriffer to make more tools if you're running low. Oh, the this bad boy over here if we need more tools. So we need to research the elevator at a library. So this is how you research new inventions, and this definitely reminds me, this part reminds me a lot of SimCity, because you could research to find new, whatchamacallit, like different technology, different buildings, different things like that. This is very reminiscent of it, but it looks like we need 100. Yeah, uses one per, it only uses one per action, so it'll hold 100. But it seems like it only takes one, right? So if we do this, oh wow, okay, so this is all the different research that we can do for it. Oh, and now I see. So it holds 100, and then it takes a different amount per level you're trying to get to. So for the first one, the elevator, and unfortunately I can't zoom in on this. Maybe that would be something good to have. Holy smokes, there's a ton of research. Yeah, it won't let me zoom in. But the first one is an elevator. It costs 5 knowledge, and this is on green research, so I'm guessing there might be even more that's a different color, or maybe this one is just green, maybe these ones will be like purple or blue or something like that. But first you start with an elevator, then you'll get to mining, metalworking. You could go to a bridge or a school, or there's a whole different path that you could take. So holy smokes, this definitely gets pretty in depth. I mean, look at all of these. So we'll want to start with an elevator. We'll hit that. Oh, you can zoom in. I didn't even notice these. They were a little hidden up here in the top. But you have to hit these. So can we bump out of this then? Yes. So this will do the research, and it even shows it on it, which is pretty nice. So you could completely back out and go and do other things in the meantime while that is doing your research for you. Then we'll want to construct an elevator against the cliffside, which maybe we'll want to do... maybe somewhere out here. Let's demolish some stuff out here. Like this, and then maybe we'll have a... Yeah, maybe we'll have like a little... Or do we want it to go this way? I'm trying to keep things somewhat spread out so we can expand. I mean, we have the whole entire island. Oh wow, look at that guy. He's way out there. He didn't even need no roads. He's just doing his own thing. Let's demolish this one as well. And I think what we'll do is we'll create a road right to here, and then we'll have our elevator set up right here. So we'll get a road there. We're gonna road, well, we can't do it free floating, so it has to be off another road like so. Which is pretty cool. It's gonna take me some time, honestly, to get used to how these all connect. And it doesn't seem like there's a way that you can disconnect them, unfortunately. It would be pretty cool if you could like disconnect this side and just have it be like that. But I guess it makes sense because really people are going to cut that way anyway because it's shorter. But we do have our elevator. We want to place this right here. That's actually pretty cool looking. Look at that. You got like a counterweight up top. Or oh, that's the thing behind it. I thought there was a counterweight up top. We'll get that built. Let's click out of that. I kind of want to watch this. This is pretty cool. So we have this lady coming out. She's bringing the resources that we need. Right? She's got to run all over the place to get what we need. We did get the autosave, so we've at least hit 30 minutes on our recording here. And she's getting some more stuff for us. How are we doing on tools? We got 7. We might want to consider doing more soon. How is our lumberjack over here doing? So they're working away, producing wood, chopping down trees. Okay, now that you can reach the highlands, you need to work out how to get your peeps to mine that stone. Okay, so we'll want to go back to the library, go back into our research and do mining. It only costs 10, so it allows construction of quarries which produce stone. Quarries spread pollution to the surrounding tiles. Okay, so that's definitely something we want to keep in mind. Luckily, we do have some space up here, and it'll be interesting to see how far the pollution is. Now, what is this? Rusting Hulk. Can be mined for ore. Island, no pollution, can't move through the building. Can we demolish it? No, we cannot get rid of it. So we'll want to be careful where we place our first quarry. We might even want to stick it out here. I'd love to stick it back in a corner so it's not anywhere close. But I don't think we have a ton of options. We do have these bad boys. Can we tear these down? We cannot, but I think you can mine them, as it was saying. Can be mined for stone. Okay. So I'm guessing once we learn how to do mining, we'll be able to do that there. But I think our little village is coming along great. How are we doing on food and everything? We do have a demand of 7 on this. That's kind of interesting, but we don't have any production on it. Alright, so time to build your stone quarry. The quarry must be placed next to a mountain as well as a road. The quarry is also a building that pollutes its local area. The pollution affects how happy your peeps are and how effectively they work. Choose where to place the buildings that produce pollution wisely, which makes sense. That's what I was talking on. So we have to come into here, and under our resource gathering, we have a quarry that we can now do. But these do have little buttons over them. I'm curious. Tutorial marker. Oh, so do we have to do one of those bad boys? Oh, it's a mountain. This is a mountain. Oh, okay. That's what it was saying. So let's get the road, I guess, coming this way. Actually, this doesn't... No, let's take that out. Let's get our road. Just like so. For the time being. We can always move it if we need to. And let's grab this. Okay, so there's a little bit of pollution, but it's not that bad. And actually, this probably would be the best place to do it because we have two mountains right next to each other. Let me actually zoom over here. I gotta get used to that. On my screen, I can see it fine, but obviously on the recording, it's completely different. So let's place this bad boy right there. If I would hit the right button. Just like so. That's gonna build that up for us. What does it need? So 4 wood and 2 tools. We have enough. We're going to need some more tools soon though. So we're going to need some wood. Get some wood going here. It does look like you get a good amount of resources from these bad boys though. It's saying 500 stone for the storage. So it'll be interesting to see how it actually ends up working out. Now unfortunately this is a long way for them to go. To take the resources too, but obviously I didn't want to make it too close to our to all of our other resources here, to our town or anything like that, because yeah, I didn't want the pollution to be there. I want things to somewhat start as being a little bit more spread out so that as we grow and develop we can easily expand in the space that we have without, being in a pinch. And right now, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Our potato farms are doing great. How are we doing on food? We have a production of 8 and a demand of 6. That's great. On our water, our food is good as well. Our lumber is struggling a little bit there, but that is because we are building a lot of buildings currently. And this bad boy is getting there. Just needs the tools. Which it now should have. Yes, so it should get built up here. Perfect. Now that your peeps are mining stone, you're well on your way to setting sail, I should say, in discovering unseen lands. To find them, you'll need to repair ancient devices to make that old ship on the coast seaworthy. Alright, so this ship right here, I'm guessing, is what we're going to want to get up and running, because there's not much else around. We do have the whole rest of the island as well, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it would be worthwhile to maybe get another hut up and going so we can get some more people. I don't know if... Ooh, first stone made from our quarry. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm curious. Did this reduce any of these? Yes. Okay, so you're going to get the amount that's shown there. as long as it keeps going. So that's a lot. That's a lot of stone that we're going to get out of all these. That's 1,000 stone right there. But we are going to want to do the next research, which is metalworking, which will get us tools going. But we are 40 minutes in, and that is going to be the episode for today. I'm probably going to record another one right after this, or probably relatively, soon. I'm enjoying this game. I like it a lot, and I want to keep playing it. I'm guessing it's going to get to a point where there's going to be a lot of grind to it, but that's perfectly fine. We can, take that as we go. But so far, this is a pretty cool game. Very, very reminiscent to SimCity, which I loved that game. That game was amazing. I put so many hours into it, and I'm excited to put plenty of hours into this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. If you liked this episode and you want to see a lot more, that's how you're going to let me know. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're new to the channel and you want to follow along with this series or anything else that's getting posted to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Lets you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. But other than that, guys, I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.